Well, about that time, Jesus is looking around for Simon. Where's Simon? Oh, there's Simon, right beneath him. He's on his knees. And Simon looks up about that time, and you remember what he said? He said, "Go away. Go away, I'm a sinful man." And you say, "Go away? Why would he say that?" I had a student by the name of Lance Carruthers, a great preacher, who used this text in a preaching lab that I was teaching. And he said, you know what Simon should have done instead of being down on his knees and telling Jesus to go away? He should have just given him the biggest bear hug of his entire life. And prompted by that creativity, I took it a step further. There's some cappuccino down the road here, and I think if we go down, we can just share a little brew, and because I think we may have a future together. I mean, I have the equipment and I have the personnel, but you seem to know when the fish are ready to come aboard. I think we got us a future together. No, he said, "Go away." And you say, why? Why would you say that? It was the biggest catch anybody had ever caught. It's incredible. Why would you ask? It's such a success, but you see, it's too much success. Do you hear me? It's over the top. It was getting squirrely. Do you know what I mean? It was getting sort of like the Twilight Zone. Just too much. It wasn't just that there were too many fish for the boats. There were too many fish for the mind. Couldn't handle it. If you get that close to the mystery, things begin, you feel like they might just come unglued. Too much. We could say, oh, it was wonderful. Yeah, as in wonder. It was marvelous, as in marvel. It was terrific, as in terrify. Too much. It's not the only time in the Bible that such an occurrence happens, where people get so close to the holy, get so close to the mystery. It's not the only. Remember the 6th chapter of Isaiah. Some of you will remember it, where Isaiah says, said that I had a vision of the God, of the high and holy God, and he said, in this vision, he said, even the hem of the garment was so big it filled the entirety of the temple. I saw the Lord high and lifted up, and there it was. And so I grabbed. You know how it can conclude. You know how the story goes. And she said, I pulled out the cell phone, and said, "Here, take a picture of me and the hem of the garment. I want my grandkids to see this." All right, ready? That's not what he did, is it? Do you remember what Isaiah did? The first word, woe. Woe am I, for I'm a man of unclean lips, and I dwell amongst a people of unclean lips. Do you hear it? Too much. And, well, there was a book written about 80 or 90 years ago, and I already asked Eric, he studied it. As well, everybody studied it back in the dark age. I mean, well, you're not quite so old, but everybody studied it. Rudolf Otto is the writer. The Idea of the Holy. He used a phrase that was Latin. I love it when they use Latin, because it feels like what that's talking about. He talked about the mysterium tremendum. Isn't that lovely? The mysterium tremendum. And he said, there are two things that happen with the mysterium tremendum. He said, first of all, it lures you. It's like a magnet, lures you into its orbit. Oh, it just pulls you in. He said, that's not all that happens in the mysterium tremendum. The other is the exact reverse. There's part of it that pushes you away. You want to get out of it too much. Oh, it lures you, and it repels you. It lures you, and And after I read that, and then some years down the road, I got to thinking, I know what the mysterium tremendum is about, the idea of the holy. I experienced it at the Royal Gorge as a child with my brother and parents. Some of you been to the Royal Gorge? Oh, what a chasm out there. And back in the dark ages, they didn't even have any railing. You could just walk on and off. Anyways, I can remember getting up to the edge. Talk about a rush. And I looked down, and I confess to you, I had weird thoughts. Nobody here is crazy enough to have had these weird thoughts, I don't think. I hope there was somebody crazy enough, but you know, we'll have to find out. But I must admit that part of me just wanted to fall forward into the immensity of the abyss. Did anybody have that? Anybody understand what I'm talking about? Oh, I see a couple. Oh, it's good to have some crazies here. Every congregation needs folks who can help us all. You know what I mean? Well, that's what I felt. I felt, and then there was the reverse that Rudolph Otto. Part of me said, I better get back before I fall in. And my folks took the second tact, and they said, get back here. So of course I did as a dutiful son. Anyway, that's the Mysterium Tremendum. And a couple of years ago, a bunch of the family got together at now the Big Hole, the Grand Canyon. I thought of it last time. The Grand Canyon, and Janina, a granddaughter, somehow found a way to get out much further than we were, and in a dangerous position. And it was sunrise, and the sun was coming down into the chasm. Oh my! And she was out there in the danger. It was cold, and she had this blanket around her, and she knew we were frightened. She turned to us and she said, I just want to be part of it. Do you hear it? I just want to be part of it. Oh yes, the Mysterium Tremendum.